Trust. What is trust? Like, what is it actually? And how does it work? We often talk like about, oh, I can't trust this, I can't trust them, blah, blah, blah. Or I do trust them, blah, blah, blah. So what is it? And how does it affect you and other people? And what actually happens when you lose this trust, or when you're having a lot of trust? Because trust is never about someone else. Trust is actually only about you, and you only. So let's say you're having someone, a business partner, for example, a friend, a girlfriend, let's say a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and you don't trust them. Why you don't trust them is because you don't trust yourself. Think about that. Because if you're not trusting yourself, you cannot trust anyone else. You can also not trust that this life is happening for you. And you cannot trust that something like the universe or something will guide you into something. So the trust is, it's only about you. Think about it. So let's say you're trusting a friend that this friend is going to do something. And you're like, yeah, my friend is fixing it, he's doing it. And you're feeling great. And then you walk out in life and your friend doesn't do what he said he would do. And you're like, this motherfucker, he blah 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 blah. He did this, and this. It's not about your friend. It's actually about you, that you put your trust in him. So you're actually mad at yourself that you couldn't take a better decision than putting your trust into him. So that's like how trust really works. And then you get all upset. You're like, you're screaming, you're angry maybe. And what anger is that you're hurt. You're hurt inside and you're sad, but you don't want to show that to this person, so you get angry instead. So your trust, it became anger, who became someone that was hurt. And you really just wanted to say like, holy shit, I'm so disappointed, I'm so hurt inside now that you didn't do this, and I feel really bad because I put your trust into you. But people don't do that. People react with anger often. And this is why understanding the trust, that it starts with you and it starts inside of you. And if you're not trusting yourself, you cannot take decisions that will actually direct you in life. So you will be scared and you will sit there and like, no, I can't take this decision, I can't do this because I don't trust myself. And why I bring this up is because I've been there and I know what it is like. So building the trust up in yourself is like the best thing you actually can do. Because when you're starting to trust yourself, new doors will open for you and you will be able to walk into those doors. And when you do, you can trust it. That is the right decision. And it's often the gut feeling or the heart. You know, the gut feeling is, for me, the heart speaking. The intuition is telling you what way to go. And if you're starting to trust this inner feeling, the heart is telling you where to go, magic will happen. Like literally magic will happen. And the more you trust it, like the more things you will do, the greater things will be, and the more things that will happen, and it's just amazing. But you can start small, like really start small, and listen to what this tells you to. Not this, because this one would just overthink everything, and this is driven by fear, and this is not. So as soon as something comes up, like the brain will start to finding analytical things about how things should work or not should work, but how things actually are going to work out is never how the brain actually thinks it's going to work out. Think about it. Like when you come up with something and you're like, oh, I want to do this and this and this, and it's like it doesn't really end up in that way that your brain has calculated things. And if you can trust your heart and yourself, that will direct you into some directions and it will always be good. Like, have you ever been to a situation where you had something negative and you felt like, no, we should not do this, and you did it anyway, and then everything just fucked up? Or when you had a feeling like, we really need to do this, and things were just flowing and they just, boom, happened, and it was like amazing. So the more you follow and trust your heart, your inner guidance, your compass, or what gut feeling, or whatever you want to call it, the better it will get. And you have to start small. You have to start small with small things. And what I actually did is that I started to listen to it, I went for it, small things, and it was just like, oh, that was good. And I was aware of what I was doing. And then I did again, and again, and again. And then I took bigger and bigger and bigger decisions. And then it just happened a lot of good stuff. Also, one funny, really funny thing to experiment with, where I just love, is like these. It's stones from different kinds of the earth, and they have different energies inside of them. And when these stones are formed in a mountain, they are pressed with a lot of energy, with a lot of force, and they just compile and they just pressed, and that's how they form. So it is energy made up of energy. It's like diamonds. Why diamonds are so hard is because they've been under a hard pressure for a long time. So it's actually coal is energy under pressure. Same here. And what I started to do is that I started to have a few of these different stones, and I took actually what my heart told me to. Like, not what my eyes told me to, because my eyes said, oh, this one is blue and it's nice and it's shiny. That's my eyes. But you can't do that. You have to go for what your heart tells you to. So I feel that even though if this stone is not that beautiful, I take it, I put it on, I wear it, and then when something comes up, you maybe get a thing in your head that says, oh, I want to know what this means. What does this mean, and what's the name of this stone? Then you can Google it and see what actually these stones are, what meaning they are. And you find yourself in a situation maybe where this stone had some effect on you. And the more you practice with this, the more you practice your intuition to actually feel what is right for you. Because after a while you understand that what you put on is actually what you need at that exact moment. I just love it. I just love it. And after a while it started working for me. I was like, holy fuck, this really works. And what they say in this situation when I was traveling maybe, I really needed that at that moment. And it's pretty cool. And then you start to follow it. So trust your inner guidance, your heart, your compass, whatever you want to call it. Take decision from out of that. And when you trust yourself, you will be able to choose if you're going to put your trust in someone or not. Because your feeling is going to tell you to if it's correct or not. Then you can trust that life is so much more and so much better than what it is right now. And you can also trust that you're always guided, and that you're always, if you're following this, will have a good guidance, a good way to look at life, and that life is happening for you. And when life happens for you, even though something bad at the moment, is maybe that to learn you something, a problem, like a problem for you to solve, for you to take the next step. So trust is like a base thing. And I noticed if I don't have the trust in myself, like, you're powerless. You're literally powerless. And you want to start to have control, maybe. And control is an illusion. The more control you won't have, the less you will have. So think about it. The more you try to control things, like, the less you will have. You cannot control everything. You gotta trust. You gotta trust that everything was working out in the best way for you. And I can guarantee you that it will. So this was a trust thing. I just wanted to put something out there, and feel free to comment or whatever about trust. And I speak to you next time. See ya.